All right, good afternoon. I'm Jason Thomas, Project Portfolio Coordinator at America Makes. Thank you for joining us today. We at America Makes are excited to kick off the 2021 Open Project Call. A few important notes before we get started. At the end of the presentation, there will be an opportunity for a question and answer session. If during the presentation you have a question, please submit it in the Q&A space on your WebEx screen, and I'll do my best to answer it during the Q&A. If your question is not answered today, all questions and answers will be posted to the Open Project Call page on the America Makes website Friday, June 18th. All right, moving on. Let's get started. First, I wanted to go over the Open Project Call 2021 schedule. The project call was announced and the RFP was posted on June 1st, 2021. And of course, today, 6/8, we are doing the project call kickoff webinar. Questions from proposers about the scope or approach will be due on June 11th. And we will be posting the answers on the America Makes website on the open call page on 6/18. Deadline for all team members to be America Makes members is the 22nd of June. And if you do need a fully executed NDA with a NCDMM, that will need to be done by the same date, 6/22. Full project proposal submission due date will be on July 2nd. And we intend to notify all teams 3rd. We need to have all projects on contract by September 1st. And all project finalized reports and deliverables will be due no later than 5/27/2022. Okay, let's go over the funding overview. So we're anticipating 4 awards. The total federal funding available, this is not per award, this is the total to be spread across 4 awards, will be $1,600,000. And the max federal award per proposal will be $400,000. There is a cost share requirement, a minimum of 50%. And the maximum allowed period of performance will be 9 months. That will break up into 6 months of execution and 3 months of reporting. And once again, on this open project call, just like the last, no extensions will be considered. We do accept shorter periods of performance. And if you can expedite contracting, that'll give you a little bit more time on the front end to get started. Okay, these are the technical topics. I'm not going to go into great detail on these today. More information is available in the RFP on these, which I've put a link to at the bottom of the page here. And you'll be able to find this presentation on the Project Call website, on the America Makes website, if you want to go in and look at the RFP, download the RFP, and look into these technical topics a little more deeply. All right, moving on. So there's a new addition to the proposal template, which is the Project Strategic Relevance Appendix. This should contain examples of how the proposed work is integral to the interest of the proposing team, as well as how successful outcomes will or could transition into follow-on efforts. To be clear, this does not guarantee follow-on funding, but the Project Strategic Relevance Appendix is limited to 3 pages, which includes a table of contents, and it should outline the proposed approach of the follow-on effort, any milestones or deliverables, and the approximate timeline that it would take to achieve a TRL of 7. And then this may also influence topics in future project calls, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk about the minimum deliverables. So the first of the minimum deliverables is a written final report. There will need to be a minimum of 1 round of revisions completed with your PM from NCDMM prior to final submission of the final report. This will be due on or prior to the end of the proposed period of performance, which is May 27th. You will also be required, to present at a TRX, MMX, or in a webinar or another America Makes hosted forum to brief the membership. There's a minimum of 1 presentation prior to closeout, maybe 2 at most. Financial and man-hour reports are required monthly. And the lead organization shall once again participate on at least one working group, advisory group, or steering committee relevant to the subject matter of the project. And what we are requiring the project teams to do is the project team will need to give one presentation outlining all deliverables, roadmap requirements, KPPs, and the data management plan within 60 days of the project start date to a working group or advisory committee. And then 60 days prior to the end of the POP end date, the project team will need to come back and present on the milestone achievements, the KPPs, and lessons learned relevant to the fulfillment or creation of roadmap requirements. You will also need to track and report your hours attending and participating in these meetings. So other minimum deliverables are, of course, a data management plan, key performance parameters, your list of planned project deliverables with the corresponding roadmap requirements, new or existing. And those, we need a draft at the time of proposal, and a final will be due 60 days after the project start date. Okay, moving on. A new requirement has been added, and that is for the project team to review a deliverable that is currently housed on the digital storefront. The purpose of this is to determine if it contains the information needed to reproduce the data and results that were found in the project. The team will also present their findings in a private forum to identify opportunities for improvement or lessons learned to address fair data principles. The motivation behind this requirement is to benefit data management practices on the project and as a community. Okay, moving on. So we've been focusing a lot more on data management, KPPs, and roadmap alignment. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about why. So the motivation behind this is to benefit the membership at large through roadmap requirements that are identified by the membership or in our working groups. These requirements should be reflected in our plan or approach, defining what we need or our motivation for the work. The approach is very important in getting to where we want to be. So the way in which we develop our approach will determine our level of success. Using well thought out KPPs, a good data management plan, we can look back and we can gauge whether or not we met our goal and we achieved the success that we wanted. Now, communication is probably the most important part of this. Once we have achieved that success, how do we communicate that success to the community? We need to tell the story in a way that allows everyone to appreciate the impact and the merit of the work that was done. So the way that we will do this is through data. If we have done our part and we collected project data in an organized manner using fair data principles, the data will complement the findings and it'll help everyone in the community to appreciate the merit of the work that was done. And at the end of the day, you know, it makes everybody's job a lot easier. So working group participation. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the motivation behind the working group participation requirement. We at America Makes want our members to take every advantage and every opportunity granted. We also need the membership support in the execution of road mapping to enrich institute goals and in capturing the voice of industry. There is no better time to do this than during project execution. Participation in the working groups is an opportunity to address fundamental components of any project. Data management review, KPP evaluation, roadmap requirement alignment are all very important in driving consensus and arriving at solutions which all members feel are valuable. All right, I saw someone chatted that they're having problems with audio. Can everyone hear me okay? Could someone just enter in the chat, make sure, I want to make sure everybody's hearing me. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's move on. I apologize to anybody who is having issues. Okay, I said, if you have questions, send them to the project call email address, and we'll get those questions answered and uploaded to the website. So I'm just going to start over where I was at. Let's see, where did I leave off here? Data. Okay, so data management review, KPP evaluation. I think I said roadmap, requirement alignment. They're all very important in driving consensus and arriving at solutions which all of our members can feel are valuable, meaningful, and that also meet the minimum expectations of the additive industry. Another goal of this requirement is to close the loop. We cannot have questions about requirements go unanswered. So if those questions are able to be answered during the project's execution, they can be answered easily, and that'll keep us all coordinated. Okay, let's move on to our proposal and contracting updates. So because of the short period of performance on these projects, we are asking that teams submit a signed subrecipient agreement with their proposal. The subrecipient agreement is included in the RFP, and any requested changes should be sent in with the proposal. If there are no changes requested, if we go over that subrecipient agreement, we don't see anything redlined, we will just assume that the team has agreed to all of the terms in that agreement. Otherwise, regretfully, we'll have to cancel the award because it is extremely important to get these started immediately. And on these short period performance projects, we really can't afford to spend a month or more in contracting. All right, so that's all I have for the open project call. Like I said, if you have any questions, please answer it, or please submit those in the Q&A. I'm going to move on now to the Rapid Innovation Call 2021. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here. I'm just going to go over the schedule because, excuse me, we have opened up the call for topics once again. So the announcement and immediate call for topics was put out at the same time as the call, which was on June 1st. The kickoff webinar, once again, is today, June 8th. Welcome, everyone. And the due date for topics will be on July 2nd. The RMAG will present all of the topics to the executive committee on the 27th of July. And we will announce and post the RFP for the project call on August 3rd. So we'll be looking for that. The project call kickoff webinar will be on August 9th. So I'll see you all back here then. And questions from proposers about the scope or the approach will be due on August 12th. Once again, we will post all of the answers to your questions on the Rapid Innovation Call website on August 16th. And the deadline for all team members to be an American Makes member would be August 19th. So if you're planning to submit a proposal to the Rapid Innovation Call, you're not yet a member, it would be good to get started on that now. Fully executed NDA with NCDMM will need to be in place by August 19th. And the due date for full project proposal submission will be on September 2nd. We anticipate to notify project proposal teams on the 20th of September. And then we anticipate to have all projects on contract on November 1st. All project finalized reports and deliverables will be received no later than 5/27/2022. So the website where you can submit your topics is at the bottom of this slide. And like I said, once again, this will be available on the American Makes website under Our Work, Open Project Calls. And this slide deck with these links will be posted to the Open Project Call site on the America Makes website after the webinar today. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. That's going to wrap up the kickoff webinar. Once again, if you have any questions and you haven't done so already, please enter them into the Q&A. I'll do my best to get them answered. And if I'm not able to answer them, like I said, I will post the question and the answer to the America Makes website. Okay, so. Okay, we have a question here. Must subrecipients be members and US based? So yes. Subrecipients must be members. For our open project call and our rapid innovation call, all project team members must be America Makes members. The US based, I think that you have to have a location here in the US, but that would be a better question for our membership director. And if you need to, you can get in contact through the project call website or the project call email address, and I can introduce you. All right, let's see. We have another question here. Is the share in addition to the 400K, i.e. 400 plus 200 equals 600, or is it part of the 400K? No, it is in addition. So if you get 400,000 in federal funding, you will have to put up $200 in cost share so that it would be a total of $600. Let's see. Can the printing be subcontracted at a company and not part of the project team? Let's see. That is something I'm going to have to look into. I believe that for these open project calls, that all members or all project team members must, or all project team participants must be members. But I will look into this further, and I will, like I said, I'll get the answer posted to the America Makes website. Who owns any new intellectual property generated during the project? So any new intellectual property generated during the project will be consortium developed intellectual property. So it is owned by the it is owned by the generating member, but is also consortium developed intellectual property. And you can find more information on that in the membership agreement. Let's see, and do we have any more questions? All right, I don't see any more questions here. So once again, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and enter them in the Q&A. All right, if not, thank you everyone for joining me today. Like I said, this presentation will be posted on the America Makes website. Okay, I have one more question here. Do third-party suppliers of materials used for the project need to be members? No. If you're going to buy materials from a supplier, no, that supplier does not need to be a member. And let's see. All right, I have another question here. Can the new membership count towards matching funds? That's something I think we would have to talk to our membership director about. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. So like I said, I'll check into that, and then I will post that to the answer to the question and the answer to the America Makes website underneath the open project call page. And like I said, once again, that's under our work and open project calls. Let's see, I have another question. Will the industry be the lead organization only? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. I don't think I understand that completely. Could you clarify maybe? Okay, I'm sorry. So that question, I'm sorry, here we go. Requirement for the lead organization. Will the industry, which requirement are you asking about? Okay, I got another question here. In the meantime, what is the length of the budget period? So it will be the 9 months. So what you want to do is when you do your budget, you want to do your management for 9 months. The way that we're splitting it up, though, is the first 6 months will be technical technical execution, and the last 3 months are meant for report writing and revision. Okay, I'm not let's see. Oh, okay. Can a university be the lead role, or must it? No, it doesn't have to be the industry partner. A university can most definitely be the lead for the project, as long as the university is a member, and then anybody else on the team is also a member. Yes, you that is okay. You're very welcome. All right, I'm just going to wait another minute here, see if any more questions come in. All right, I don't see any more coming in, so I'm going to assume that was it. Like I said, all of these questions and answers will be posted to the America Makes website. So if you have any additional questions, please send them to projectcall@americamakes.us, and I will get those answered and posted to the website as well. Thank you, everybody, very much, and have a great day.